Friends, it is Thursday, September 21st, and you are not here right now. So this is what's going on. The very first thing that we're doing today is we are taking your formative assessment. Okay? So remember, formative assessments are just kind of like check-ins to make sure that we're doing okay and that there are no bumps along the road and that we can help get you back on track if we find out there are some things that we need to figure out before we move forward. Okay. Then after that, we're working on our homework packet, and this weekend is the first time that I'm checking your homework packet. So I'm going to take all the folders home this weekend, and that should good time to bring up this. Where do you find your grades? So if you're not sure where to find the grades, check from yesterday, because we said your homework grades and your participation grades are on Google Classroom. And your assessment grades, your formative and summative assessments, are on Infinite Campus. So there's two places. So if you're not sure about that, make sure you check your videos from yesterday, because I kind of explained where we go to find those things. Okay, so number one today, formative assessment. Number two, gave you homework time. And number three, in our ebooks, we went to 1.2.4. And this is how do I change fractions to percents. And it says in the last few lessons, you have been working with fractions and percents to represent probabilities. In this lesson, you will use geometric strategies to further your understanding of how to convert fractions to percents and how to model the conversion. Learning the geometric strategies will give you a deeper conceptual knowledge of the connections between these different representations of portions. Okay, so if we looked here as far as what our learning targets were, we wanted to give students another opportunity to make sense of percents using a hundredths grid. And the success criteria is, can the students recreate what I model when I make my percents into hundredths grids, and then can they make their own model? Okay. So we got into the ebook here, and remember, to get into the ebook, I'm going to go ahead and log out so we can step through that thing. And then what I do is I go into CPM Math, if you remember this, and then we go into the one that says More Math for More People. Then from there we hit Login, and then from there we hit Login again. Now, I'm on my device that I've already logged in, so I can just go to the Google G right here. If you have your Chromebook, you should be able to go to Google G. If not, you might have to use your username and password. I go to Google G, and I go to my account. So you just type in your school account if it's already hooked up to your ebook. I go into ebooks, and from there I go into course 2. From there I go into 1.2.4. And here we go. So to start this, we're going to go to this problem. This is our starting problem. It says Damar kept track of the number of heads he flipped. He wrote his experimental probability of flipping heads as the fraction 7/20. He wanted to rewrite 7/20 as a percent, and to do so he needs to rewrite it as a portion of 100. So the word percent just means of 100 in Latin. He started by drawing the picture to represent 7/20, and as he looked at the picture, Damar realized that he could adjust his drawing to show 100 parts instead of 20 parts. So then he drew a new diagram below his original picture. How many of the 100 parts are shaded? Explain your reasoning. Explain how Damar can use his new picture to write 7/20. Use a similar strategy to rewrite 3/10. Okay. So then what we did is we went on Jamboard, and I broke this into 10 pieces. So I put a line right here first, and then I went 5 above. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I went 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the fraction was 7/20. Right? That's what we wanted to create, 7/20. So that means that I had to break this into 20 parts. I'm in 10, so I added one line down the middle. Like this. Right, now we're in 20 parts. And then I said, well, of those 20, we have to color in 7. So I went here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we have 7/20 shaded. But now we want it as a percent, and percent means of 100. So instead of having this into 20 parts, we need it into 100 parts. So how do you make this into 100 parts? I just went like this. I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side and 5 on this side. All right, see what I'm doing here? We're making 20 into 100. All right, so now we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay? Then we just count the number that we had shaded in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So we're thinking that 7/20 must mean the same as 35/100. And that's how we showed that those two were equivalent fractions. Got it? So then the next thing we did with the kids is we said, well, what about the problem 3/10? What is 3/10? So then they started working on 3/10. And then they had to figure out how to make 3/10 into hundreds, because hundreds means a percent. And then the other problems we worked on were 13/20, 7/10, 12/25. And then this one was a little bit tricky. We worked on 9/30. Okay? So that's what we did today. We did not assign any more homework. We kept working on the homework that we had previously assigned. Okay, so I hope you have a beautiful Thursday. I hope you're back tomorrow, and I will see you later.